So here's what the headline reads. It says, Myanmar OnlyFans model has been sentenced to 6 years in jail.
Oh shit.
You said so far it's gonna sound happy? Is that what you said? You said this one's gonna sound happy?
You said it builds.
He says it's not gonna be heavy, but
Nothing
it will.
about this is happy.
But it will be heavy.
Oh, heavy. Oh, I was like, okay, that's happy, yeah.
You said Myanmar, I kind of got the idea.
Yeah.
Cause I already saw like
Yeah.
What is that, fireworks?
explosions and stuff.
There's this girl who's she's a model and a former doctor, and she's been arrested by the pretty much by you guys know that the military took over the country, right?
Yeah.
So she was arrested because of harming culture and dignity.
Oh, I think maybe a few years ago, maybe even a year ago, we covered her where she was a doctor, but because of OnlyFans, she made so much. She's like, well, I'm not gonna be a doctor anymore.
That's her. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's
Pull
been
up on stories here.
How the fuck did you remember that?
We report the
been
news.
arrested and is sentenced to 6 years, but also because, I mean, she's one of the people there that's very obviously like in protest of the current regime, and she took like a, I guess kind of like a sexy photo wearing the uniform of the.
Oh.
They're making an example out of her.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh man.
that is a story, but one of the crazy things about this is that we have a particular person who's like a longtime JK fan, and he's a Kinjaz fan too. He is currently in Myanmar, and he, for the past like 6 months or so, has been giving me like play-by-play things on what's going on there right now. And it's, from his point of view, it's crazy. So I sent this article to him. I'm like, what do you think of this? I need your
Yeah,
feedback.
fact check this thing.
And he was like, yeah, you know, like it's a little, sounds crazy, but he's like, it's a little harder to kill her because everyone's looking.
Oh shit.
He's like,
Jesus Christ.
he's like, they kill people all the time that are not important to anybody there. Like if you don't have a reputation and you know they feel like making like an example out of that area where like, hey, this village, there was like a slight uprising because they're trying to stamp out all the rebellions.
So my dad grew up in communist China, and he says like it's pretty normal as a kid because like when he was like a little kid, that was when like Chairman Mao took over. So it's like when they're trying to establish themselves, it was normal to hear like let's say your neighbor's like, oh man, I don't know about what the fuck's going on or whatever, and literally like the next day, soldiers come and are just carrying this motherfucker out. They just going straight into like the apartment or whatever. They're just carrying motherfuckers out of there.
Yeah, that's what our friend has been saying, and
But you can be a fan of Kinjaz over there without getting dragged out. That's good.
Steve, this is a serious...
I think that's good, is what I said.
Huge...
I was just saying that's good.
He just wants to know if your content reached over there yet.
well, you know what? Now that you mention it, this is the symbol for the rebellion in Myanmar, and it's
Oh, it's a Boy Scout symbol.
What the fuck? That's
Boy
Scout's
Scouts?
honor.
See, I knew you were going with that, so F you.
Is it this?
Yeah. On my honor, do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law.
So here's the crazy thing is our friend who's currently in Myanmar, he's still trying to figure out how he can, basically a lot of people are trying to figure out how to leave and stuff. But if they catch you leaving and they know you're a person of importance of any type, then they're gonna stop you. So he's having a problem because he's a doctor. He needs to hide the fact that he's a doctor.
Whoa.
Luckily for him, when the regime took over, they haven't been doing any digital record keeping, so everything's paper. So he's been able to get as far as knowing that they don't know he's a doctor. There's no way they
Oh, they don't even know he's a doctor.
they don't know.
Oh, that's
he's a
why you're
doctor.
talking about
But
it.
if they find out he's a doctor, he's probably gonna go.
What's his first and last name?
That's why I wanted him to be on a screen telling us, but he can't even do that.
Wow.
He can't show like that
Is he trying to leave?
he's trying to leave.
Can we help him get out somehow?
Yeah.
He needs to get people out of there with him.
Oh.
Oh, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yo, what-
Tim Kennedy, go over there and fucking save everybody.
Can we talk to him and make him use like one of those AR faces?
Of like a
Like a
giraffe.
fish's head?
But it's
Yeah.
something totally inappropriate.
Just a deep fake of a Bart.
But
Bort?
it's pretty crazy getting these play-by-plays from him because every time I talk to him, I'm like, oh shit, you're still fucking alive, because his whole thing is he's seeing people getting, just being deleted, And I asked him like, hey, I know there's like, he tells me so much every day, but I'm like, can you sum up like maybe 5 or 6, he gave me 10, cool, 8 things that's going on there that we wouldn't know is happening. And here,
That's
This is
crazy.
like fucking
dude.
insider news, dude.
You're an incredible host.
Bro, you are saving the channel.
because
You're a journalist.
yeah, dude,
This is incredible.
one of the craziest things he said is that like they're not publicizing how bad it is there because nobody wants to help. Like no countries want to jump in and wrap themselves in this internal conflict.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Russia versus Ukraine.
They're not gonna get anything out of it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So they're all
That's the
kind of
main
like,
thing.
I don't know what's going on there. So here's the things that he told me. These are the 8 things that are going on that maybe we wouldn't know. Social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are all banned, and you can't have porn on your mobile phone. So imagine that when I say these things, you could be instantly killed for breaching any of these things. But a lot of people still use VPNs, just like China style. But if you actually get caught using Facebook, you could be arrested.
Whoa.
But the funny thing is that the regime in power use Facebook.
Exactly. And they have porn on the phone.
Yeah.
I guarantee
They're
it.
watching tons of
And then
porn.
they tried to make a knockoff Facebook app, but nobody used it. So that's funny. Number 2, no freedom of speech. You can't speak out. You can't talk about politics.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, huh?
And the military tries to put fear in everybody to that's why the killing and the making examples of people is so strong, is because they don't really know who to target all the time, but they know that people will see.
But isn't it good for the
punishments.
government to regulate speech?
Yeah, fucking, it's great.
We should censor more people. I think.
Yeah.
Number 3 is government officials and anyone working under the military can't travel abroad. So that's why,
They could defect.
he's saying doctors, nurses, engineers, teachers cannot travel abroad. And those are the people that are, trying to leave, but also they have to hide what they do.
That's crazy.
Because you're like, no, you're too valuable for what we need, you're staying.
This is like the Obi-Wan show, where it's like, how do you get the Jedi? You wait for the Jedi to reveal themselves. And like they do fucked up stuff, and then like, oh, who's gonna be a hero? Like that kind of shit. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they said you need a lot of paperwork and approval to even like make any headway in whether or not you can leave. If at any point throughout the process they figure out that you're, against their regime, then that's the end of you probably. Number 4 is ongoing civil war. There's shootings and bombings all the time, assassination of government officials, soldiers, and police. Sound of bomb explosion and gunshots is just regular.
Wow.
Honestly, when I lived in K-Town, 2008, same shit. I just got used to it. I did. Like gunshots, it was like, eh.
K-Town's kind of wild though. Like,
It was back then.
Car bombs? Wow.
wow.
Not car bombs, but yeah, definitely gunshots all the fucking time.
He said
And exhausts.
Then
Yeah.
you probably can resonate with this. The military uses heavy weapons and airstrikes to attack small villages. They burn people alive, all because they think the village is hiding some of the resistance forces.
Jesus.
And it doesn't
they don't
matter.
even know.
It doesn't matter if they're wrong.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can do about it. Number 5 is economy. He said the exchange rate that the government tells you is $1 US is 2,100 Myanmar kyat, but the actual rate you're supposed to get 2,850.
Ooh.
But they
pulling that extra tax.
they do that extra tax.
That's like a 40% tax.
And he said the GDP has hit an all-time low, but house price and car price are skyrocketing. Even the groceries are expensive, and the leader of this current regime formed an alliance with Russia and China before Russia versus Ukraine happened.
Whoa.
Which is interesting. He thought he could get exports from Russia, but it wasn't that simple. Russia and China kind of have their own shit to handle, so they didn't end up helping the regime, which means less money in the country for everybody to have. Number 6 is banking. You can't withdraw your own money from your own bank accounts for more than a year now.
Wait, what? You put money in for a whole
get it
year?
Since the takeover, yeah, like it says, he said that for a year now, people can't get their money out. You can't even withdraw a penny. Now they can withdraw around $350 US every 2 weeks. Jesus. Yeah. And you can spend money via mobile banking app, which I believe is to keep it on record on what you're doing.
It's a banker's dream, honestly. That's their fucking wet dream. You can't withdraw, you can spend.
And he said
Yikes.
those are the private banks. He said which was funny. He goes, don't let me start talking about government bank. He said these are private banks.
I see.
So even the private banks have sanctions on them where they're not allowed to let you take your money out, but you can spend it through the banking account, through the app.
And we shouldn't let them start because it would probably be illegal, so we gotta be careful on that.
He said you can't withdraw your money at all, but if you transfer it to another account, it'll take several days. Number 7, interestingly, is substance abuse. He said even though living expenses are getting higher, illegal drugs are cheaper than ever.
Whoa.
The price went down by half.
Whoa.
And the military itself is using drugs as a distraction on youth, including under 18. Myanmar is one of the top 10 countries in substance production, even before the coup.
Wow.
I had no idea. Some of the shit I'm reading for the first time.
Or some shit, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure anything synthetic is probably...
What do they call that place in like Southeast Asia, like the Golden Triangle or something?
Oh, where it's like the trafficking thing?
Like opium trade. I wonder if they're like involved.
Dude, yeah, he said most of the substances used here are ecstasy, ketamine, amphetamine, and meth. The majority of users in the big cities use ecstasy, ketamine, and unknown powder that you mix with water and drink.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is probably like why the abuse is so high, is because everyone's trying to cope with what the fuck is happening, you know, the spiral and everything. And he said none of the drugs are in their pure form. He said he doesn't use it, and he doesn't even drink alcohol, but he can tell it's so cheap and there's a ton of side effects, and he's seen the side effects with his own eyes because he's a doctor.
Wow, so they're cutting it with other stuff.
He said Walter White would cry if he saw it.
Oh my god.
That's dumb.
He's still making jokes. He's still making jokes, this dude.
It's just
He's getting more
80% of the
depressed
drug.
as he's writing this. He's like, I gotta crack a joke in here somewhere.
I can VPN Breaking Bad.
There's a nationwide curfew that's in effect from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. You cannot be seen by cops, but police turn a blind eye on nightclubs and KTVs.
What's a KTV?
It's like a karaoke club. Yeah.
Probably because they go there.
And he said there's a lot of new KTVs that open specifically for the drug trade. So there might be some kind of partnership where they're taking a little bit of a cut.
Started one or something.
Yeah.
Yo, that's wild.
It's like, hey, during Bohemian Rhapsody, that's when it all goes down.
Yeah, so he said if you go out at night, you shouldn't, everyone kind of knows already not to come back home before 4 a.m. because you'll be seen. So they'll just stay out somewhere, and then once 4 a.m. hits, that's everyone starts walking home. Yeah, crazy. And he said the police are in the drug business. Everybody who's addicted has no services to help them quit. They're just on it until they die. The last one, he said, is new IT and telecommunication laws. And he said he doesn't know the details of it yet because it's new. But he said the nation is trying to make these new cyber laws that's basically going to make it so that they have access to every bit of information and data in your life. And there's nothing you can do about a breach of your own data.
Dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that's about to come into effect once the details are rolled out. But he's basically saying privacy is going to be going out the door.
Sounds like Gmail, bro.
Yeah.
How do they feel about Kanye wearing the all-white Lives Matter?
What do they think about that?
Did he mention anything about
They're not
that?
seeing that.
What do you think about Lizzo and the flute? They thought it was fucked up.
I feel like they're only seeing it here with idiots like us.
Brady and Giselle.
Yeah. That's got to be heartbreaking to them.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. One of the main things that we talk about things, and I try to keep up with him every other day or so, and one of the things he always laments is that he wishes that the people had a right to, it's gonna sound like, I'm not a fucking crazy gun guy, but he wishes the citizens could have had guns before this coup fucking happened.
Oh, great.
Because they got them taken away.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing they can do now that the military is in power. They're powerless to stop it. All they can do is try to get out, but you can't get out unless you get your whole family out, because what the fuck is the good of
So
you?
should they be able to own nukes?
Answer the question, Ryan.
That's what you want, huh?
That's what you want.
Gun
Hey,
guy.
whatever homie wants, then
They should own their own tank, huh?
I'm gun guy.
Yeah, that's what Biden says. He's like, you can't fight a country unless you have like an F-14 or something.
He's like, yeah, tell it to the Afghanis, bro. They kicked your fucking lily ass, bitch.
Trucks, my boy.
I think talking to him is it's a fucking crazy eye-opening thing, because like, you know, when they make people sound crazy out here for saying like, no, I want my guns in case the government takes over and shit, but like, no one's talking about Myanmar because it's a prime example of that happening. And
Makes me proud of
again,
you.
like, not to say that we have all of the exact same traits for that to happen here. I'm not saying that. I just think it fucking sucks to hear another guy on another side wish that he had what we're trying to stop in a way.
But that's also why there's so many veterans that have been to places like that and that seen that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They stand by the principles so hard. And the problem is there's like not enough conversation, I think, because it's easy to roll off a guy that has seen shit like that. Like, oh, he's just a crazy gun freak.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, but he's seen fucking like regimes emerge from within or get toppled or whatever. And he goes, and I know how important it is when the people can protect themselves, you know?
Yeah.
So Bart, should he get to have his own aircraft carrier?
Yeah, what's next? A submarine, Bart?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Bart. That's what you're saying, obviously.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
One of the cool things is that, in talking to him, I hope one day when he gets out of there and he ends up somewhere, hopefully nearby, we can have him on and he can really tell the actual
Yeah,
story.
seriously.
That's one of the things I'm always talking about is like telling the story, but he can't. Like, if they know that he's...
Can he even be talking to you on this?
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about. Like, can he?
VPNs,
Yeah, I mean, he can as long as I don't identify him.
We don't even need to say where he's talking to him, right?
Yeah.
He's talking to him.
But then that's the thing. It's like there's a whole rebel fucking force out there that are all talking to everybody. But even with them talking out of the country to all these different people, and if that were to reach a news outlet, mainstream one out here would not give a fuck.
They would tell. Yeah,
Which is why this mainstream news channel is reporting to you almost live. I hope this doesn't get uploaded in like 4 weeks.
That sounds funny.
4 weeks. He
That
reported
does sound really funny, but we are probably closer to a reliable source for this than something that would go through the filters of
Did he ever like explain what if he were to leave, like what his what his
plan
possible evacuation plan would
Like
be?
Bart's dad had to fucking swim. Like, does he have any kind of plan?
No, he didn't say. He just said that for now he's thinking about his family. That's like the main thing.
Oh, fuck.
Because it doesn't matter how much you can swim or how high you can jump. It's like you gotta fucking pull your mom and grandma and all this stuff. Like, what's the point? You'll just get 10 feet ahead of them and then what?
That's really fucked.
He's in a sticky situation. But he said he's slowly like people around him are getting out.
Because my simple mind is like, maybe it'd be a good idea to get into Thailand first by car. Because like when you could traverse just land, and then when you get into more neutral territory, you could take a flight somewhere else. Versus trying to fly straight out of the country.
I think his chances of duping the system that is not electronically record keeping and just kind of having paperwork that makes it a clean out is the thing he's going for most.
Interesting.
Bart's like, I would just take a lift and just go.
Is there Jet Suite X over there?
Is there Jet Suite X?
Bart's like, what's it take? Like, okay, you gotta pay for priority. He'll come in 4 minutes.
He's like, I don't want to pay for it.
Pretty sure they got fucking business class out of there, I think.
Yeah, we should just help this guy out and send him pure drugs, Yeah. Things that Walter White would be proud of.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure it's fucking Uber Black or whatever.
Yeah. What's his Uber rating? Does he have a good Uber rating?